It's going to be excellent. I'm excited about it now. All right,
I don't
guys,
know. I don't know how to paste because we have. Oh.
Can we start the show?
You want to start telling me when we go live? Okay.
All right. Welcome to the Practical Pistol Show. My name is Ben. We got Grandmaster Nick.
Hey guys.
Grandmaster Matt.
Hi.
And Distinguished Master Gaston. Right?
That would be accurate, right?
All right.
That's okay. You can say that.
That's why I said it. Okay, today, guys, we're talking about pasting. So I got an email. I'm going to omit parts of the email because I'm not trying to identify matches or people because it's really not necessary in this case. But, all right, guys, says this may be an interesting subject for a podcast. At a recent major match, a guy brought a high-level competitor brought a guy to tape for him. This guy, he crushed the match. He was on my squad. I was really pleased to have him, and especially his taper. However, some may consider this an unfair advantage. Especially, apparently, it was really hot at that match, so pasting was probably not a whole lot of fun. There was also another guy in his squad, and the guy's kid. They didn't do any pasting, and there was nothing anybody could do about it. It seems to him, this guy, like more people are trying to get a competitive advantage by not taping. Hopkins, is that your sense of it?
That's what I took from the email, yeah.
Yes, I know, but is that your sense of the world, that there's an increase in the number of people trying to get an advantage by not pasting?
No, I wouldn't say that. I think everybody I don't know. No, I don't think so. No.
You don't think it's a trend is on the increase, but
no.
All right. Yantola, what would they do about this in golf?
In golf, you have a caddy, so everyone should have a caddy. We've already been to this.
Are ahead of the.
So the guy bringing his own caddy to paste for him, he's ahead of the curve.
I've been calling for caddies the whole time that I've been in the sport. No. Yeah, I'll say I don't think it's like an increasing trend. I mean, it's been. I think I've seen this at almost every major match that I've been at in my USPSA career. Almost.
What about in your IDPA career?
No, maybe I've seen it a couple times in IDPA, not nearly as much, honestly. But I don't think it's like an increasing trend. Do I think it's a competitive advantage? Yeah, I do.
Would you be pissed off if this was going on your squad? Like some guy brought a dude to paste for him?
I have been slightly perturbed when it's occurred. Like I said, it's occurred to me many times over the years. I haven't, because we're just presented this topic. I'm not going to make a blanket statement now. It should be outlawed or anything like that. I mean, their argument would be everybody has a chance to bring a caddy.
That would be what I would say.
Yeah. So I'm not. I wouldn't go so far as to say it should be, banned at this point. I had to think about that a little more.
But you don't like it.
I think it represents a competitive advantage, honestly.
Right, I get that, but it's kind of
when you have one competitor sit in the shade all day and everybody else has to go
So, like when Hopkins and I are riding around at Nationals in a golf cart, and the rest of you guys are walking up the hill, you're just thinking like, man, fuck those guys.
Same kind of thing, exactly. Yeah.
Right on. I think that's reasonable.
No, I actually got that feeling, like when we were doing it in Nationals. But while I was driving the car, having that like 20-mile-per-hour wind blow on me, I was not thinking about it.
You're like, this is maybe not like fair to the other guys, but it's kind of
awesome.
Yeah, it's awesome. Gaston.
It's a good comparison, actually.
It is a good comparison. That's why I brought it up.
I don't think it's a competitive advantage. I wouldn't even notice.
If a guy's not pasting?
No. Well, in Argentina, there's no pasting. We have two guys or one guy, depends if it's a long course or a short course, that they tape for us. That is very common. We never paste.
So when you go to a match in the U.S., you think like this match is a little backwards in the first place that they're even asking us to paste?
I don't think anything. I just paste. Everybody's pasting. I don't give a shit.
Damn it.
Really. I'm sorry.
I want to circle back on this
I-
after we're done talking about the current topic.
I would
What?
try to have Argentina shooters pasting because it's very expensive for the tournaments to have people that paste for us.
That's what I was going to ask about.
It's almost half of the entry fee.
Is the paster, guys?
Yeah, around that. Yeah.
How expensive is it to enter a regular like level 2 match there?
Oh, I don't know that much. But I've heard from the authorities that run matches that it's quite expensive to have people.
No, I mean, how
pasting.
much does it cost you?
Oh, to me, a level 2 or a level 3? A level 2?
Oh, you do level 2s are the ones you guys do once a month, right? Or do you do level
No,
3s?
it would be like a $20 entry fee
Well, so who cares?
to a level 2. And now we're having the nationals in Argentina next weekend, and it's about 700 pesos. That would be like $50
That's
entry fee. And we
What?
have people that paste and everything. And
Dude, that is
some
so worth it. What are you talking about?
Yeah, we have I don't know, 300 or 400 shooters, and you should
crazy
come
cheap.
once.
That's crazy cheap.
You don't have to base. You know, you've been to the Euro Extreme Open, and nobody bases, right? Or for
I've been
example,
I've been to a few matches where nobody pastes, and it's awesome every time.
did you ever paste outside the United States?
Yes, I've pasted outside the U.S.
Where?
In Norway and in Canada.
Oh, that's because it's very expensive to have a Canadian or a guy from Norway pasting. That's
Yeah, because
probably
they insist on eating like food. They don't just like eat dirt or whatever. You guys change your paster, guys.
Oh, that's not rude at all. I'm loving you so much for what you're saying. No, but it's very cheap. Yeah, $50 a major match. That's very inexpensive, and you got people that paste. Yeah.
All
I
right.
don't know how much they paid him. Maybe I don't know, $20 or $30 a day. Each guy that pastes.
So-
I wouldn't know, but around there.
Let me ask you this, Gaston. So one of the arguments against that format that I see in the U.S. is that you have some shooters that are seriously physically disadvantaged for some reason, and I think that's legit. You have a really super seed guy or people can't move around too well. Is it really fair to ask them to spend as much time pasting as 25-year-old?
No, it is not fair. If
So what
you can
what do they
afford
do
a
in that
guy.
case?
If you can afford a guy, or if you have a son or anybody that will paste for you, that is not an advantage, because I don't think any top shooter doesn't have enough money to pay a guy to paste for them. As a matter of fact, we only have, like I said, 2 guys that paste in a long course or 1 guy that pastes in a short course. So what's the issue? If you only have 2 guys with people pasting, then you can have only those people pasting, and that's all. Nobody's going to paste in the stage, right? Or in the whole match.
I'm talking about the model where you have like the last 2 people paste. So like the guy who just finished shooting, and then like the person before that paste the whole stage.
As I was saying, if you have somebody paying a guy or 2, that would be enough. Nobody would have to paste, So
I don't think
Yeah.
it's cost effective in the U.S. to have that. The labor pool here expects more than other areas of the world.
yes, in the Czech Republic or in Argentina, it's very common. I have seen that also in I don't remember the Infinity Open in Germany, if they had people pasting.
The only match I haven't taped at is a World Shoot when it was in the U.S. But that was because I believe
That's mandatory.
just the tradition and everything, like the custom.
No,
Yes.
it's mandatory.
Is it really?
Yeah.
In IPSC, yes. I think it is. Yeah.
It was a new experience for me because I got bored out of my mind sometimes.
Oh, you got a lot of time to think.
You got a ton
Right.
of time to think compared to normal.
You weren't playing Boom Beach?
It didn't come out then, dude. I was behind the times.
Let's look at this.
Wait. None of us think that. I mean, yeah. I mean, I guess it's a marginal competitive advantage or whatever, but I don't really care if somebody brings somebody to paste for them.
So the other thing is, what if somebody's not doing the work and they don't bring somebody to do it?
Right.
I believe that makes the other competitors on their squad work harder.
Right. So that's
what I don't like.
You need to punch that person's douche ticket. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's kind of like the guy trying to get doubles.
But you cannot have everybody to be the same. Like, for example, you're complaining because a guy can pay another guy to.
Oh, I'm not at all.
I'm not complaining about that.
Well,
I mean, okay, let's say.
Let's say you're complaining about that.
If they don't bring a guy and they don't paste, then you would not like that, right?
If they are handicapped, like super
let's say
senior,
they're just regular.
Oh, that's not cool.
Yeah, not cool.
That's
See,
not
like,
cool. Yeah.
So then we send Gaston over there, like, Gaston, go say something to that guy, right?
I think that's not cool.
Right, but we would elect you on the squad to go say something to the guy, right?
Well, I think it's the squad mate's responsibility to say something.
Yes.
If they don't say something, sell it to an RO, and then let the RO say something.
Yeah, go tattle to the RO.
Did that ever happen?
I've done it.
But having a guy that you're telling him, hey, you're not pasting, and he stays that way.
Not after I've told him.
I've actually never seen someone do that.
Me neither, but.
Yeah, I imagine you would just, as a squad, have to decide not to paste after that guy shoots, and then you just kind of sit there and just let him patch his own fucking stage.
Oh, that's a lot of work to think about that. I would just tell the guy to patch.
That wasn't that much work. I came up with that in like 3 seconds. I guess thinking is more work for some people, right?
Yes, not for me. But you gotta have all the squad like knowing, hey, we're not gonna paste now because this guy didn't paste. That looks like a lot of job. I don't like working that.
That's kind of why I like the European model, where you have a very designated time where you're supposed to paste, and then if you don't, it's going to be blatantly obvious.
Yeah.
Right. Like you're not going to be able to get out of it.
Has any match in the U.S. adopted that? Like that should be tried somewhere, you know?
What? Tried
the last two.
Last two patch? I'm the only guy pushing for this that I'm aware of.
Oh, that's.
See, the problem with that model is it doesn't really work that well at the club level.
Why not?
Because like if you have a 7 or 8 person squad at a club level, then you have one dude running the timer, one dude scoring, and then it's hard to figure out who's supposed to patch because the RO and scorekeeping duties also have to rotate, and not everybody's a qualified RO. You know, not everybody's good at running the scoring tablet.
Yeah.
So that's tough to do at a club match, and people, I think, sort of have the expectation that major matches are going to run like a club match, just sort of bigger. So that it's tough to implement that at a major match. I mean, this one match director will try it. I'm sure it'll be awesome, but we'll see.
You know, this is a very interesting topic because in Argentina we wanted to do this and having shooters pasting instead of guys that we paid them for. And the argument is that Americans don't have any problem while pasting, but I can see that you have some issues, right?
Well, the way we do it in America is fucking stupid. That's the problem.
We were looking after you, like that was great.
I don't have a problem with us. I mean, I don't. Yeah, we get up and we paste, but it's like, I think that we as a shooting culture have not come to the realization together that the way we do it is really dumb. Because if you go to a major match, you might be on a squad with like 12 people, and every time somebody shoots, you go up there and there's like 8 or 10 guys gangbanging this stage to reset it. It's totally unnecessary, and it makes way more sense just to send 2 or 3 guys out and have them work harder, but for less time. Like we just haven't. I don't know. We haven't put that together. So everybody gets up, you walk out, you stand by like a target. Sometimes Hopkins and I fight over targets pretty frequently when we're on the same squad.
Yeah, you got to break up the monotony somehow, right?
Yeah, like we go out there, we literally will fight over targets to patch, and it's like, well, why are we doing this? I don't know. Like, this is just
Yeah,
what we do. It's stupid.
I don't know if it's okay, but what I do in America when I shoot is like after I shoot, I go clean my magazines. I have like 3 or 4 shooters after I've shot, and I don't paste them, and then I start pasting a lot. And I thought everybody did the same, like it's a tacit agreement.
Yeah, that's the way our
pretty
squad.
common, yeah.
That's pretty normal.
And I don't know if it's because I'm always at the top squads that everybody's doing that, but I didn't even see a problem in pasting.
No, we don't really have a big problem with it. It's
I
just
don't think it's a problem on the super squads at all, because if you get known for that, you're going to get relentless shit for it from all the same dudes. So.
Right.
They're real assholes on the super squad. In a good way. Yeah.
Yeah, if you do that, Ben will talk about it in a show, so that's not cool.
Don't be like, don't be that guy. Don't be that fucking guy. Nobody likes that. Okay, so if I'm reading this right, really Nick's the only guy who doesn't. Well,
I can see
like
a competitive advantage.
I can see why a guy doesn't like it. I get it.
I think you're fucking over the squad more than anything. If you don't bring somebody to do it.
Right, but bringing somebody to do it, like Nick thinks we should all have caddies.
If that dude can like afford it and like, or convince that person to do their day and just pay shit for him, better for him.
Well, no, how about this? Like, if I hired a dude to come there and just clean my gun for me and fill my magazines for me and, do all that stuff, like fetch me drinks, like that's a tangible competitive advantage, but I don't think anyone would care. They would just think it's weird.
I think it'd be awesome.
It'd be awesome.
If you can afford it, it's like complaining because somebody can afford bullets to train or that somebody has time to train. I think that it is pretty fair to have a caddy. Why not?
Yeah.
It's capitalism, right? Do you want to go like we're all the same? If a guy wants to have a caddy and wants to spend his money in a caddy, why not?
Yeah, exactly.
I agree.
Or if he wants to get a golf cart and ride around at nationals.
And I was hitchhiking at nationals, and they gave me a ride, so.
It was good.
Hopkins was pretty cool with his car.
Well, the ride wasn't free.
No, it wasn't. I gave him like 100 pesos.
Shut up.
Don't worry, Hopkins, a peso's not a lot.
I know, but still.
All right, guys, we good to move on?
I don't think, Nick, you're good with the caddy, dude.
Like I said, man. I mean, I consider it a competitive advantage. I'm not gonna go so far as to say it should be banned, but
all right,
it's a competitive advantage.
Well,
sure.
Hey,
if you can get one, great.
Some guys are more competitively advantaged than others, right?
True story.
Yeah. All right, got another email here, guys. Sometimes shooters comment on how much time major matches take away from family time. Would there be any value in setting up non-shooting activities for non-shooting family members to participate in during a match so that the match can be rolled into a family vacation? For example, maybe match staff could negotiate discount tickets to museums, sporting events, nice restaurants, etc. Gaston.
Oh yes, we're about to do that in a province that will be like a state in Argentina, which has a lot of tourist attractions, and it's far away from our capital. In Argentina, what?
These other two idiots don't have families, so you're the only other guy that can talk about this.
I do have an opinion on this.
You have a cat. Never mind.
She's pretty self-sufficient.
That's true.
So it sounds smart, but it would have to be like a really big match.
Well,
I gotta tell you something.
And that increases the match, doesn't it?
Yes, but let me tell you something very interesting.
Okay.
Please, Americans, don't hate me. Okay, I'm gonna throw this.
They hate you because you're racist.
I'm not racist. When I traveled to Europe to shoot like 4 matches, I brought my wife, and wherever we went, it's like she had a sightseeing tour, or she had like a nice village to stay around the hotel. But when I fly to America, it's like it would be very boring for her being at the hotel because everywhere you have to go by car and everything is far away.
That's what
You don't have many.
saying.
Yeah, you don't have many tourist attractions. So I don't know what would happen with your family, guys, if you go to a match to the U.S. Maybe that's why the family gets bored. For example, if we travel here, everything is like you got something to do. You know, if you go to another state or to another province or in Europe, if you go to a match and you stay in a hotel, it's a nice place to leave your family. For example, I remember that every time I go to a match in the United States, I go to a big hotel, but there's really nothing around but shopping, and you gotta go by car. You don't have a bus. You don't have, so you would have to rent 2 cars or rent 1 car and have your family waking up at 7 a.m. and drop you in the range.
This is going to get expensive. You got to rent 2 cars. You got to hire a caddy, and for your wife to do all her bullshit too. This is an expensive weekend.
Yes, USPSA is going to hate us, I think.
What do you think, Hopkins?
I think this is just a byproduct of where the ranges are. Most of these ranges we go to are in the middle of fucking nowhere.
Oh,
There's
that's
nothing around. I mean, with the few exceptions of, like, I'll just say Vegas out there.
Yeah, Desert Sportsman.
It's within 10 miles of the Strip, so I mean, you're always going to find something to do there.
exactly.
And your family is going to have time to.
I don't know if a lot of people consider Vegas to be like a family destination.
Dude,
You can
there's
get
something
married
for
at-
everybody there, dude, no matter who you are. So
That's fair.
that's my only comment is it's a byproduct of where the ranges are.
All right, so Gaston thinks America's the problem. Hopkins thinks we should move all the ranges. What do you think, Nick?
Yeah.
What would they do in golf?
I was going to say, well, in golf, what they would do is have a hospitality tent. So, like, when you go to a major match in golf, you have like a tent that's full of food and beer and entertainment and all this TVs, stuff like that. You have like a little mini sports bar right there. They go hang out. So that'd be one option.
So
But-
the hospitality tent.
Yeah. So,
That's,
but like,
that sounds pretty cool.
you know, Hopkins, I think he's right. I don't know why, but for whatever reason, in the U.S. it seems like a lot of ranges are pushed, you know, away from population centers now. And you know, I haven't shot internationally, but apparently that's not the.
Why do all
the
you
case
guys
in
want
Europe.
to bring family? Like, isn't the whole? I mean, a lot of the attraction of shooting is like that's your time. Like, go do what you
because they complain afterwards.
Not me.
That's why.
I do my own thing. I don't have a family. to answer
Complaints to me fall on deaf ears, man.
That's because you got a great gardener.
I do.
Great gardener.
I don't.
Yeah, that was a. I don't
I think
think
Nick didn't get it.
Nick didn't do it. That was excellent.
That's a Latin show. You wouldn't get it. And in Buenos Aires, for example, the range is in the middle of the city, so you can do anything here.
How does that work?
I don't know. They want to move it right now, but it's better than having the things at the schools. So we're okay.
Schools.
Yeah, they're going to move us probably eventually, but it's in the middle of the city. It's great. And nothing happens. No, there's no ricochet. Nothing. And you can do anything here. Ben will probably see that when he comes. And we have the same in Europe. That's what I was telling. You have the same in Europe, you have the same in another major cities, but in America they are very far. My impression is that everything is far away, but then I went to St. Louis or some major city and there's a lot of things to do, but there's no ranges.
Yeah,
So-
the range is always 2 hours outside of a major city.
Yes, that's an anti-family sport,
I mean, it's,
unless you get them to shoot.
I will say that one thing that I notice every time I go to a match at a Universal, they always, and it's still in the middle of nowhere, but they have stuff in the shooter bag that really highlights stuff you might want to do around there, like Orlando area. And
Orlando's an hour and a half
There
from
it
the
is.
range, dude.
it's not really that far, is it? But
Yes, it is.
yeah,
Well, the range is probably almost 2
Okay.
hours.
but it's still
When my wife came, I had to rent a car for her for the worship.
But they've made an
Here
effort
with-
to highlight stuff you can do. Like it's not just Orlando stuff. They've made an effort to at least show you things that are in the area. So I think more matches could.
That's a good point. I took an airboat ride out of the shooter's packet. That was basically in the town where all the hotels were. So
Okay, there you go.
Good point on that.
Okay, so the solution is hospitality tent.
Move to Buenos Aires.
Move to Buenos Aires. Hopkins
bunch
thinks
more
we should need
ranges.
to move all the ranges, and I don't care about any of this. That's pretty much where it is. It's like, dude, I think it's unhealthy for your family dynamic that you think you need to have your family tagging along with you everywhere. Like, you should have your own time. Like, do what you want for fun.
Yeah.
It's not a problem.
Or you
That's
can,
your own life.
you
That's
can get
me.
a sexy Latin gardener.
To get a
That's
sexy
the thing.
Latin gardener to
Yeah.
trim the hedges.
Name the ratio. Like,
Horatio.
Buenos dias, señorita.
Horatio can trim the hedges. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, Mr. Ben is out, señorita. Has he gone to the range again?
I can't see. The problem, Gaston, is we can't really afford to have gardeners in the States because we can't, feed people with dirt.
You should try.
Oh my God. Okay, well, another bang up show, right, guys?
Yeah.
Absolutely.
That's amazing. All right, get in touch with Nicky Antola on Facebook if you want to talk to him. Hopkins is at hopkinsshooting.com.
Yep.
And Gaston, what is it, like Gaston@bursa.com, or what is it? Or how do we email you?
Email me, Gaston Q.
Yes.
Q
Yes.
V. That would be Gaston QV.
Yes.
After Queen de Valerga.
Yeah, we got that.
At hotmail.com.
Hotmail.
Yeah.
Got to step it up, buddy.
Okay, I got a Bursa mail, but I won't tell you because that's a shop mail.
Upgrade to Gmail.
You're gonna have to use the Hotmail.
I had to get off Hotmail a while ago. Timmy was like, "Dude, you got to step it up off this Hotmail shit."
Yes, that's the Hotmail and the Gmail. A Gmail would be like a girl with
All right, we're way off.
right?
Yeah. A girl
Okay.
mail. All right. All
I got
right.
a Gmail, so.
Jesus, Gaston, you retard. This is a great show. If you want to send an email that starts a great show, send it to bensteger@gmail.com or at girlmail.com, like Gaston says. Send it there. We'll do your question probably. So thank you all for listening.